Have you found yourself watching YouTube videos or short films and thinking, why are my videos not that good? What is missing from my video editing to make my videos this entertaining or dynamic?
Well, maybe it's because you're making one of these most common mistakes in video editing. Avoid them, and you'll improve your next short film or video.
Grab your camera and shoot some. This is Rebel Filmmakers.
Rebel Filmmaker.
Hey, Reinaldo Cantu here, and we're gonna start with mistake number 5.
Mistake number 5.
Let me show you this scene and tell me what you notice. Yeah, it's about the ambient sound.
As you probably know, when we shoot a video, we usually do several takes, and maybe we have to shoot at different times of the day. Sometimes we record in different parts of the location, or we even changes the location between takes.
Well, all these changes makes a difference in our recorded ambient sound for each take, and when we edit it, the sound behind the person who is speaking changes a bit from one take to another, and we can hear this difference in sound when we put all the shots together back to back. If you leave it like that, the audience will perceive these differences in background sound, and each cut will be more evident and distracting for them.
Therefore, you need to record at least 10 to 15 seconds of ambient sound from each location you're shooting. You must use the same mic that you used to record the original dialogue. With this, you'll always have a clean backup ambient sound from each location, and you can use this as a bed sound in your timeline to disguise the cuts between takes.
This will make the flow of your video more seamlessly to the audiences and less distracting.
Mistake number 4.
And mistake number 4, and I see this a lot in YouTube videos, even on the most famous and professional YouTubers. And the mistake is not making sure that all the images and text of the video are within the safe margins of view. When you watch a video on your computer monitor, you will not notice this, but the images and graphics that you put very close to the edge of the screen will be cropped down a little bit when the video is shown on a traditional television. You might think, yeah, but my video is not gonna be broadcast on television. It's meant to be watched on the internet. You're right, but you're forgetting that many people now are increasingly viewing YouTube videos through a smart TV, and they'll see your graphics and images cropped out from their screen.
To avoid this, for example in Adobe Premiere, you can find a safe margins grid on the program monitor, showing you the limits of your screen. Everything outside of these safe margins grids might be cropped out from the television frame.
It's always a good idea to keep the framing and graphics of your video within this safe area to prevent your videos from having incomplete graphics or cropped images.
Mistake number 3.
And mistake number 3, let me show you this scene and you tell me what's wrong. Well, yeah, as you could have guessed, the mistake is not doing the color correction of the video.
First, it is very important that you set the white balance on your camera before you start recording at each location. But sometimes, things happen, and even if you have done the white balance, a change in lighting from one shot to another could make colors look different between shots.
If you don't color correct this, and you cut from one shot to another, and the colors look different in each shot, this will distract your audience from the story you're trying to tell, or the information you're trying to convey.
And the point here, with all these mistakes, is to avoid distracting your audience with technical errors, so that they can focus on the story or information that you are telling on your video. Because of that, you must correct the color in all your shots, and make them look even between them.
Doing this will make your video flow better and make it an enjoyable experience for your viewer.
Mistake number 2.
And the number 2 most common mistake when editing a video is leaving shots longer than necessary.
Creo que este le puede quedar bien. Lo voy a probar.
As you can see in this example that I just showed you, the rhythm of the video is lost. It feels slow and boring. It takes too long to advance a story. You don't want that in your video.
You might think you need to do it like that to tell your story, and that's fine, but leaving those long shots will slow down your video, and could bore the viewer, causing them to stop watching. Whenever you are editing a video, always ask yourself, is this shot necessary?
Do I need to see this shot for that long? Or can I give the same information in a faster or more entertaining way? Do I need to see, for example in this scene, do we need to see the lens for that long? Or can I make the take shorter and convey the same message? Remember to always try to advance the scene faster. Which one of these scenes do you like better? The last one I showed you before or this new version?
Creo que este le puede quedar bien. Lo voy a probar.
Make sure to always maintain a good rhythm in your video. Once you think you have the final cut, take a second look. Perhaps you should cut more of those scenes because it will probably be better for your video if you do so. And before I tell you mistake number 1, which is one of the most common and most important to avoid,
It is time for you to like this video. If you are liking the content, this will help me to continue making videos and reach more people.
and don't forget to subscribe too.
Mistake number 1.
And the number 1 mistake and very important to avoid is not adjusting the audio levels of the video.
Y bueno, sí es interesante saber que...
When the audio level is lower or higher between takes, for example, let's say that in the video the music is very loud. Suddenly the person in frame starts talking, but at a much lower sound level, so we don't clearly understand what he's saying.
All these audio changes makes it very distracting. People will see it on their phones, TV, or computers. That's why you want to try to level all your audience well. For instance, let's say in your video, the voice is very low, and your audience turns up the volume to hear better, and then suddenly you play a very loud music. People won't like this, and this may cause them to abandon your video, because they have to adjust the volume constantly. So take care of the audio levels if you want to make better videos. Please leave your comments. I want to hear about you. And, well, I'll see you in the next Rebel Filmmakers video.
Reynolds prepared this excellent piece that you should watch next.